Welcome back.
Oh, yeah, man. How you doing? You
Guys,
good?
so it's Miracle here, of course. I'm saying it like y'all don't know my name. Okay, but I wanted to get on. I wanted to do a video about what I've been doing to make money since I've been out of since I left Prime and all that stuff. So, a little backstory. When I left Prime, I didn't work for a good little minute, y'all. I took a break. When I say a break, I mean a break. So, when I left Prime in September, and I didn't start back working again until April of this year, I believe. April or May or something like that. And what I ended up doing after that was, after Prime, I ended up getting a box truck, but we got a box truck with me and my husband ended up getting a box truck with another person. So we partnered with another person, which was not a good idea. The box truck idea, technically I had that idea before I left Prime. When I first got into trucking, I had an idea to get a box truck and, you know what I'm saying, transport goods and stuff in the box truck. Pretty much do the same thing that you could do in the semi in the box truck. But I procrastinate a lot, you guys, because number one, I hate spending money. So that kind of, me procrastinating kind of just it pushes everything back for me. And so it was positioned to us that, hey, I get the box truck if somebody run it. So we end up taking that deal. It was like, yeah, we'll do it. Or whatever. Just because we didn't want to pay for the box truck. So then long story short, we made money, but the person that we end up partnering with, he didn't really know much about trucking, and the trucking industry and how to, keep your overhead low and blah blah blah. So technically, we were partners with this person, but we didn't know any information until we in the truck and we're rolling. So that's when we started finding out how much truck payment was, how much insurance was, and all this different stuff, because he wasn't really sharing anything with us for real until we actually asked the questions. So we found out that the truck payment was way too high, especially for a box truck. But it was a lot of stuff that could have been what's the good way to say it, that could have been avoided if communication was involved. You see what I'm saying? Because he didn't know the business. I knew the business. I'm not saying I know everything, but 3 years in the trucking industry versus 0 years in the trucking industry, I think I know a little something. So I was trying to put my input in once we found out, about truck payment and all this other stuff. But it wasn't, my input wasn't accepted. So I just fell back. I was doing the numbers. So I was doing the numbers every week, and the box truck business was good. Okay, the box truck business was good. We was definitely profiting. Okay, we was at least bringing 3 to 4 to 5 a week. I'm being honest. I'm not making up no numbers. I'm being completely honest with y'all. Um, the only issue, like I said, that was stopping us was the overhead. Because dude went out there and got an expensive truck. Instead of socializing with us and letting us know before everything was done, what to look for, stuff like that. But it wasn't a true 50-50, understanding. Let me say that. Granted, that's what the person said, but when it came down to discussions and stuff like that, we wasn't really included with every detail for real. So yeah, we end up getting out of that because we were working a lot. Like we were working, we were getting it. Me and my husband was getting it, and for it to not be our truck fully and someone else's, and they are not willing to jump off the porch for their own business, quote unquote, I find that very disrespectful and wrong. I'm just being honest, and I'm saying it in a respectful manner. I feel like in order to be a boss in anything that's construction, owning a store, transportation, if you trying to a car wash, if you trying to be a boss and own something, you got to be the person not there getting your hands dirty. You know what I'm saying? How you gonna be a boss or something and you know nothing about that? You know what I'm saying? The industry. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. That's like me trying to go out there and do construction and I haven't built not one house, or you know what I'm saying, haven't even attempted to build anything. I just learned how to use a drill. Like I don't, you know what I'm saying? That's crazy to me. And the problem was the person that we did that we went into business with. I genuinely thought the person was doing their homework because I was literally sending them information on different things. You know what I'm saying? And for us to be having issues about the stuff that I've already sent you before we even got a vehicle, that let me know that you know what I'm saying, you really, you know what I'm saying, you just think this gonna be a get rich quick thing. You know what I'm saying? And I've always told people, even when I was driving for Prime, a lot of my friends would hit me up about, you know what I'm saying, Miracle, like how much you making, blah 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 blah. They genuinely see a truck driver's lifestyle, right? And they think that it's easy money. They think, all I gotta do is deliver stuff. I could do that. But it's way more than just delivering stuff. First of all, it's different times, different time zones, and you got a clock on top of that manages how far you could drive. So you got to be good with time management. You got to be able to hustle, because your hustle game is going to pretty much tell if you could be, that's going to be your factor to see if you could stay out as long as you need to stay out. If you can stay away from your family. There's a lot of people that think that, I could get in the trucking industry. It's easy. That's easy. I could drive a truck. It's not that easy, especially when you get in these tight spaces. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to be away from your family for 2 to 3 weeks at a time. Like, it's really a grind out here. People not just out here just be out here. The truck drivers you see out here are the ones that got their real dog hustle mentality in them. You know what I'm saying? I did that. I drove trucks for 3 years. I had a dog like mentality because I had something that I was trying to work for. It was all in my mental game. I wasn't trying to go home. I didn't even have a home. You know what I'm saying? That was my hustle. That's why I stayed out. Because I'm trying to get me a house. I'm trying to buy me some property. I'm trying to do this. I'm trying to do that. So you got to have a hustle mentality. A lot of people don't want to work for it. They just want it to come easy. So they see someone else's lifestyle and think that they could do it and then find out it's not that easy. I always tell them all the time, if you can't be away from the house, you might as well not bring your behind out here. Period. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, it's kind of raw and uncut, but I've always been raw and uncut. You know what I'm saying? I let them know this ain't for you. You have a better chance making quick money selling drugs than, you know what I'm saying? Like, you have a better chance at standing on the corner. You know what I'm saying? Than to be out here in the trucking industry. At least you get to go home every day. In the trucking industry, you don't get to go home. It's really for the people that really got a grind going on. Like, they really trying to, you know what I'm saying? They got people they got to take care of. They trying to make something. They trying to get it. So it's not for everybody. You know what I'm saying? And that was why I chose to step away from the box truck, because like I said, I was the person doing the money part. So I saw how much we were profiting, but we wasn't profiting, if that makes sense. The people that was doing the work wasn't profiting, because overhead was way too high, which was not, that was out of our control. But when I put my mind to something, I'm a hustler, y'all. I'm not the type that, I don't want to work. I don't want to work that many hours. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I'm going to get it. If I'm working, if I'm out here, I'm finna get it for what, like, I'm finna get it. I'm finna make it worth my while. You see what I'm saying? And I felt like we was using, I'm saying we, because my husband was with me too. So I feel like me and my husband was doing all the work for no profit. And what people got to understand is, when you call yourself being a boss or an owner and you trying to hire people, you have to make it worth their while, because that's how you get people to stay. Being appreciative of them is how you get them to stay. You know what I'm saying? Not just, I'm the boss, so you got to do this, or I can only pay you this. If you're gonna have people out there working for you, you need to pay them the money. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't have it, especially starting up, I don't recommend anybody starting, when you first start your business, to hire people. That's crazy. Especially when you already have overhead. Let's say you got a van payment or whatever. Then you got insurance. Commercial insurance is the highest thing out here. So then you got insurance, and then you got people that you got to pay, your employees. Then you got to pay the company. Then you got to pay yourself. That's a lot of overhead. You got to get this ball rolling first. So that means you got to be the one out here, away from your house, away from your wife, away from your kids, away from your husband, away from your comfortability, to make this work. If you don't even believe in it, and it's your company, why should somebody else go mad hard for something that you won't even get off the porch for? I'm just speaking my truth, y'all. People be out here wasting people's time. I'm not just speaking on my situation. I'm talking about another dude's situation as well. Like, If you gonna go that hard, go hard for yourself. See what I'm saying? And that's why I chose to get out of it, me and my husband. Granted, my husband, he had a little bit more harder time because the person that we was partnering with was his family. So, but once he saw that, oh, nah, this ain't gonna work, I didn't have to say nothing. I just sat back and let him see for himself. So then after we left that situation, I went with Avery. So that video I did on my story time was in Avery truck. And I didn't even stay with Avery long. I stayed with Avery probably a month. I think I stayed with Avery for a month. Avery was actually, they was alright. They was very friendly people. Everybody I ran into at Avery, from their head on down, drivers and all, maintenance, everybody was really nice. It was pretty much an open door at Avery, and that wasn't what I was used to at Prime, because everybody know Prime is not that, first of all, they not that friendly. They cool, you know what I'm saying, if you ask them a question, but they, hey, like friendly, no. Prime is more gangster. They a little bit more gangster, and you ain't finna just come and roll up in their facility. At Avery, you could roll up. I'm talking about you could just pull in, like no security, no nothing, and that was different. But they were very friendly. The reason why I left that situation, communication. They don't really talk over there at Avery for real. They just do stuff like you'll be on the load and then they cancel the load, but won't tell you they canceled the load, but they sending you like mad Qualcomm messages. You know what I'm saying? While you en route, as if people just stop 24/7 to check their messages all the time. You know what I'm saying? That happened to me 3 times. The other reason was because of pay wise. I feel like, because they do this guarantee pay thing, and I found out I don't like the guarantee pay thing. They don't really have much work. I think maybe it was just me. I think I probably, my hustle was probably a little bit more different than what they could offer. So I'm not gonna issue on Avery, because they was pretty cool. They gave me a new truck. My truck was new. I liked my truck. It was nice. So yeah, that was pretty much why I left that. Because if I'm away from my family, $800, barely making $1,000, that's a no-go for me. And the places that they were sending me was like mad stupid. Like, I've never been before. I've never picked up trash before. They had a waste, I think it was waste management contract, and they had that, so I picked up trash before. Every place that I've been to with them was tight. I'm talking about real tight, and I ain't really like that, but to each his own. So Avery was just really, I was just trying to see what they offer. But they were really nice. They were really nice. I did like the fact that they had service centers all over. Like, you didn't have to stop at a truck stop. If you, let's say I know how the shippers and receivers be. Run all your dang time out, and you know what I'm saying? Now it's like 6, 7, 8 o'clock, and you trying to rush to the nearest truck stop to try to, you know what I'm saying, stop somewhere for the night. And everybody know truck stops start filling up around 6 or 7 o'clock. So with them, that was less stress, because they call them service centers. They have service centers everywhere. So it was a little bit more easier finding parking, because you could just park at their service centers or whatnot. So that was pretty cool, and they had them everywhere. When I say everywhere, I mean everywhere, everywhere, everywhere. So that was something you know what I'm saying, I definitely itched on Prime about. I was like, yo, Prime, because Prime is bigger than Averett. Prime is way bigger than Averett, and I feel like they should be providing parking for their drivers, because parking in the trucking industry is one of the most stressful parts about trucking, because they already shut down a lot of truck parking anyway, and there's not that many truck stops like that for real, and they not that big, so it's almost, you know what I'm saying, I don't know, I feel like Prime should have already been on that, but I still rock with Prime. Prime built me a house, so but so yeah, I left Averett, and then I just was trying to figure out what I wanted to do. Now, as I'm trying to figure out what I want to do, guys, I literally kept having this same idea come to my head that's been coming to my head since I was in Prime Truck. You need to get in the box truck, you know what I'm saying? Get your own thing, do your own thing. So, but like I said, I was scared. Like, I don't like wasting money. I don't like wasting money, because if it don't work out, then I'm gonna be upset. But then I tried to get a job, right? Tried to go back here and be a regular civilian. Okay, back in the regular world where you get paid bi-weekly. Okay. So I was going back to the medical field. I had an interview. They did 3 interviews. No, they did 2. So they did 2 interviews, and I made it to the second interview, which is with the doctor. They basically try to see if, the doctor like you, because he's the main doctor. So they basically was trying to make sure the doctor like you, if you can learn fast, if, y'all gel well. And I'm not gonna lie, y'all. Because the place the area that we got our house in is predominantly white. No shade to my white people. I like white people. But it's predominantly white. So the job, it was nothing but, white employees. So I would have been the only black girl, which was fine. That was fine with me. I just wanted the job. I just wanted, a job. And I'm a quick learner. And I love doing paperwork. I don't know why. I've always enjoyed doing paperwork, whether it was taking notes. I was just that weirdo in school. I love taking notes. Hated doing tests, but I love taking notes. I love paperwork, all of that. So, basically, I made it to the second interview, and it was me and 2 other people, I believe, that made it to the second interview. And during that time, you guys, that's when I started to have a light bulb flash off in my head, and basically it was basically just telling me, like, start your own business. The idea that you was talking about when you was in Prime, do that. The fact that the idea kept coming to my head, I just kept ignoring it, guys. So while I'm sitting there waiting for them to decide if they like me or not to hire me, that was like my main factor. I was like, you know what? I'm done with folks trying to tell me if they think I'm worth the money, or if they think they like me enough for them to hire me on to their company, or me trying to make sure, like, be likable so they can hire me. Like, I was over that. It was like a big, like, when I say like a fire alarm went off in my head, I was over it. I didn't look for no more jobs. I wasn't accepting any more interviews. I pretty much was like, yeah, bump it. I'm gonna create my own job because I know my people can understand this. When I say my people, I mean us, us. Um, it kind of gets uncomfortable when you going into interviews, especially if you like the only black person or it's only a few black people. It gets uncomfortable because you can tell how, the interviewer who is not a black person look at you. You kind of have this look as, what I'm saying, like they like really like checking you, like, what I'm saying, got this like this look like they I don't know, I can't say what it is, but I don't like that look. It makes me uncomfortable. So that was my main reason for jumping off the porch. And not procrastinating anymore. Because I knew that wasn't nobody gonna work as hard as me, especially if I'm gonna be away from my family, away from my brand new house, away from my husband. I knew I was gonna make it worth my time because I know how much I'm worth, and I know I'm not gonna do anything that's not equivalent to what I know I could do. See what I'm saying? And I wasn't gonna use and abuse my dang self, you know what I'm saying? I already worked for companies already, you know what I'm saying, and was used. Which I have no problem with that because, you know what I'm saying, Prime put my feet in the door, you know what I'm saying, for me to learn everything I need to learn. So I'm not, you know what I'm saying, it's just I was over the whole thing of working for somebody else, going hard for someone else. So I wanted to create my own job, and I wanted to create it for people that look like me. Yeah, that was a fact. That was a big factor because I know I'm not the only person that get uncomfortable at how you being viewed because your hair look a certain type of way, you know what I'm saying, you natural and they don't understand natural, or you got dreads and you know what I'm saying, they don't understand dreads. It could look as as bummy or nappy headed. I pretty much got tired of it, and I wanted to go hard for myself and create opportunities for my people, and not only just my people, but other people as well. So that was how I got into the cargo van. So as I'm doing research, when I left Averett, I was going to do another box truck, but I was going to get it myself. But as I'm researching, always do your research, people, before you jump into anything. That's buying a house, building a house, buying a car, any goddamn thing. Just do your research, okay? Just do your research. And plus, I already had ideas because I paid attention to what not to do from the first go round with the box truck. That wasn't our box truck. Yeah. So I kind of did a lot of things differently, way differently, and I kept my overhead low. My overhead is only $1,000 a month. My insurance is only How much is my insurance? My insurance is only I believe 5 or 6 a month, and my cargo van payment is five a month. I bought a 2018 Ford Transit. Granted, I'm always here for paying stuff off with cash. I'm a big cash person. So at first I was looking for a cheaper cargo van. Like, I was looking for some around 10 to 12,000 and under. But then as I thought about it, I wanted something that was dependable as well. Something that, because if I would have did that would have added maintenance, because ain't no telling what's going on with them older vans. So I knew that I wanted something that I didn't have to put maintenance in right away, besides the simple, tires and oil change. But as far as like breakdowns, no. And that was my factor for not buying something that I knew I could pay off right away with cash. That's why I just went ahead and went to the dealership and got me a van, because number one, it's under warranty, and number two, I wanted something that I didn't have to worry about it breaking down while under a load, or breaking out in the middle of nowhere, and blah blah blah. And also, while I was doing research, I found out that a lot of carriers and brokers and all that stuff won't deal with you if your vehicle is a certain age. So if it's an older vehicle, like a 2001 or something like that, granted, it probably still could look mad good, but they won't work with you because, they feel like it's not reliable. So that was another source as well. So while doing that, I knocked down overhead, because I don't have to worry about maintenance yet. Not yet. Only thing I have to worry about is my van note and my insurance. So I end up getting into the van life, because as I'm doing research about the box truck, videos of people doing having cargo vans pop up, and I didn't know you could transport stuff in a cargo van. I didn't know that. So I started looking at cargo vans, and other people like I think his name is Expediting America, and everything Explat or something like that. I started watching them and doing my homework about it, and I decided to do the cargo van. I decided with cargo van because number one, it was cheaper, and because I didn't really necessarily wanted to jump into the box truck, because I remember when we did the box truck the first time, we got the biggest of the biggest box truck, and we didn't even need the biggest of the biggest box truck, because on the load boards, all they pretty much needed was 16 feet of space, and we had more than enough room, which means we were paying out extra gas to be done, because most of our loads, majority of our loads were like 1-2 pallets, stuff like that. So we was just wasting money on gas, spending a lot of money on gas. It was also diesel, and I think it was diesel and DEF. Yeah, it was diesel and DEF. So we were spending extra money on gas that we technically didn't even need. Granted, having bigger is always better, because you know what I'm saying, it's better to have more space than to need it and don't have it. But in that instance, we definitely didn't need a 26. We could have really done away with, a 24 or smaller than that, really. But I end up liking what I saw with the cargo van stuff. And I just started, doing my homework and researching about it some more. And I end up getting my own van. And at first, like I said, I was going to buy one with cash, but then I chose not to. And I chose to do a cargo. I chose to get one that I had to make payments on. The people that I chose to do it with, I actually, I test drove. I looked at, like, with my own eyes. I looked at multiple vans before I made my decision, and the people I made my decision with, I actually I like them a lot, y'all. I use the same process I use for my house. It's all about customer service for me. Don't make me feel like you're being pushy and you're trying to sell me a product. Let me walk around, do my own thing. And they were really good. You could tell that they sell really great quality vehicles, because as soon as you step on the lot, even just the cars, the look of the cars were like, you could tell that they spend money to make sure that they have, dependable vehicles, and not limits. I mean, you could tell the difference in the lemon dealership and a little bit more expensive. Granted, you probably gonna spend a little bit more, but I prefer to know that that you actually care about your cars, because there are dealerships now that they don't care. They buy a car because it's cheap and they put it on a lot. But I genuinely enjoyed the overall look of how well they maintain their cars, how much they spend on their cars. There wasn't no cheap cars out there, guys. I'm telling you, it was not no cheap cars. They were pretty luxury. And so when I asked questions about how you guys get your cars, and I just started asking questions to see, and they don't get anything from up north. Thank God. I thank God. They don't get anything up north, and they don't get anything past one owner, so, and a certain amount of miles as well. So that was a good thing, and their dealership building was beautiful. I don't know if it was brand new or not, but guys, it was beautiful. And so that's how I ended up making my decision. And I did not feel rushed. I didn't feel like they're just trying to sell me anything. I didn't feel, how you feel like reluctant after you purchase something major, and you're like, oh my God, like, why did I do that? I shouldn't have did that. You feel bad about it later. I didn't have none of that. I had the same feeling I felt when I started my LLC for my van business. Because usually I'm in my house. Usually I'm reluctant because I got to spend money on it. But when I, what was it? It was $300. I think I spent $600 overall. Because I know I paid for my LLC, for them to file it and all that stuff. And then I also paid for, my DOT number and all that stuff. So, yes, I think I roughly spent 500 or 600. I'll do an in-depth detail video about that. But I didn't feel reluctant about anything at all. I think it was the right time. Timing definitely played a part. Because it was like my eyes were open to a lot of things, and I was done waiting. I was done waiting for people to tell me if they like me or not, for them to give me a job. I'd rather, go out here and hustle for myself. If I'm gonna work really hard for anything or anybody, I'm gonna work hard for myself. And so yeah, that's what I ended up doing. I got me a cargo van, which is what I'm in now. I'm actually in, where am I? I'm in Minnesota. It was a 700-mile run, and I got paid $10.50 for. So yeah, it's working out pretty good, guys. I like it. I love it. I wouldn't change anything at all. The only thing I'd probably change is starting it sooner. You know what I'm saying? Stop procrastinating. The end of this year and starting of next year, I've gotten into this mindset of stop procrastinating. Go out here and enjoy life, live life to the fullest, because you never know, when your deadline is, and it is no need to be so tight with money when you can't take it with you. So you need to be able to enjoy everything that you worked hard for. Spend your money. Enjoy life. Go take some trips. Go do this. Do everything that you want to do before your time is up. And that's what I've been on. I've been ever since I bought my charger. That's where I bought my charger, to kind of. That was my that was like my first, well, not really, because I bought my Kia that I gave my mom. I bought that with cash, and but I was still working for Prime, so technically it wasn't like I wasn't working to build it. I was able to stack that money right on up quick, but this time I wasn't working. And so I kind of was on I need to save because I don't know what's going on. I don't know. And instead of that, I was on do what you want to do. Live life, because you never know. You never know how long you're going to be here. Do everything that you want to do. And so that charger, me buying my charger, was kind of like my opening to living life, doing what I want to do and enjoying it, buying the things that I want to buy before my time is up. So after that, though, I was just open. I was all over. I was like, I'm finna go ahead and get me a van. I'm finna do this. I'm finna do that. But so yeah, guys. So that's what I've been up to. I've only been doing this for 2 weeks, and so far so good, man. Like, I don't know why. Like, when I first started in trucking, and I don't know if anybody, any other truck drivers experience this. When you was a rookie and you stop at the truck stops, and the owner operators or the old heads come talking to you or whatever, I don't know why they make it seem like, oh, you don't want to get into the owner operator side. It's a lot of like this and that, and it's a lot of paperwork. You don't want to deal with all that, blah 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 blah. It's just best to stay company and let them. I had so many old heads and owner operators telling me this stuff at truck stops. And I'm like, they make that, like, it sound like a weight. Like, it sounds like it's a weight pushed on. I don't know why they make it sound like that. I guess because they don't be one, you know what I'm saying, any more people trying to get into the owner-operator side because it's slowing them down or whatever the case may be. I don't know. There are some stingy truck drivers out there, though. They don't be trying to help nobody. But I feel like the only thing I regret is not starting this sooner. You know what I'm saying? And really, I don't even know if that's a regret, because maybe it was a reason why, you know, I didn't start it sooner, because maybe I probably wasn't ready. I'm not sure. But I don't regret anything, guys. I'm telling you guys now, if it's something that you really want to do and it's deep in your heart, go for it. Go for it. I mean, like, all the way. All the way. Because I'm telling you guys, this is one of the, granted, it has its ups and downs, granted. But, guys, genuinely, from the heart, this is one of the most enjoyable, passionate things I've ever done. Because I'm doing it for myself. I'm not stressed out. And I'm not saying you're not going to have any, you know, hardships. But guys, I'm really enjoying every bit of this. Even the hard parts. Like, I'm enjoying every bit of it. It was so worth it. It was so worth it to me. I'm not as stressed as I was. I was so stressed out in the truck. I mean, I was stressed out in Prime truck, and I was stressed out in Avery truck. I don't know what it was. It was just, I could not be stressed. Like, I was stressed out, guys. By my 3rd year with Prime, I was stressed. And it wasn't Prime. It was everything. It was traffic. It was just everything. It was just everything. But in this, even though I'm doing pretty much the same thing, I'm not stressed out. Like, I'm not stressed in traffic. I'm not stressed. I'm just really cooling. Guys, when I say I'm so happy, I'm genuinely happy. So that's my inspiration to you. If it's something that you want to do it. You know what I'm saying? Do it. You know what I'm saying? If you trying to quit Amazon or the warehouse or wherever you working at to start your own business, and it's something that you know that you're passionate about, and something that God gave you, go ahead and do that. Do that. I'm trying to tell you, you're gonna be so happy. It's gonna be worth it at the end of the day. So that was my video for let you guys know what I've been up to. So a girl have been working. I just started though, 2 weeks. But I have been working. I'm gonna try to do more cargo van stuff, like loading and unloading, but I know how I am. I like to get my work done. I'm not really let me take my camera with me so you can see, you know, them load my truck and all this other, like, but I'm gonna try, guys. I'm gonna try just for y'all. If you have any questions, go and hit me. Any comments, you know what to do. Drop them. And any critiques, drop those too. Y'all don't really be critiquing nothing for real. Not for real. I know I be talking a lot. Say that. Say, Merc, you talk too much. Get to the point. Cool. But y'all don't say nothing. Give me the comments. Give me the good stuff. Give me the bad stuff. Okay? I got thick skin. I can handle it. I will be coming with some new videos. And also, guys, last thing, check out my husband and me and my husband channel, Alex and Mimi. Or is it Alex and Miracle? Look for both of them. We definitely got to get on there a lot more. I be trying to I'm trying to get my husband to, you know what I'm saying, start vlogging and everything, cause especially when he goes shopping for me, like trying to surprise me and stuff. That's stuff that he could be, vlogging. So, but guys, they're not really camera people. So I'm really trying to get him on that. But we got to do better, because I got to do better on my channel. I do want to say thank you to all my subscribers. I don't think I've said that. Thank you. Hello. If we get to 200, guys, I'm going to try to do a giveaway. I don't know what I'm going to give away, but I'm going to think of something. I'm going to think of something. So if we reach 200 subscribers, I'm going to do a giveaway. But thank you to my subscribers that I do have. I'm very appreciative, because I know I won't be talking about nothing. But thank you anyway. Thank you for the views. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the comments. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for all of it. I need to get out of here and try to find me a load, because I'm trying to get back to the house. So, until then, you guys, bye. Be breezy.
Yeah, man, how you doing? You good? I know